Hi there, it's me again. Today I would like to make a buttermilk cake with pecan topping. Actually, I really wanted to make a banana bread, but my bananas are not ripe yet. So this is kind of like the last minute plan. So this cake, you will not need any mixer. So it's very easy, very fast, but you need a very soft butter. Okay, for this cake, I will need a quarter cup of unsalted butter. So this stick is a half of cup. So I'm gonna have to cut it in half. And then remember I said I need a very soft butter. So I'm going to put this butter after I cut it in half to the microwave and heat it with 10% power. I'm gonna start with 1 minute first. Okay, so it have to be very soft, but do not put away the rest of the butter because you're gonna need it to make the topping. So this is a quarter cup. I'm going to put it in the microwave and heat it with 10% power for 1 minute. So meanwhile, while waiting for my butter, I will prepare my 9-inch pan. You will have to line your pan with parchment paper. So I'm going to use my a springform pan. So how do I line it with parchment paper? I'm going to put the bottom on my countertop and line it with the parchment paper and put the side and lock it. All right, like that, you see? And then I just need to cut the side. Sometimes springform can, when you add water, it can leak. Mine does leak. I tried it earlier, so I will cover the side again with aluminum foil. So my pan is now ready for later. Next, I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees of Fahrenheit. Okay, I right now have been heating my butter for 4 minutes with 10% power in the microwave. It's still not very soft. So meanwhile, I'm going to prepare other things. Okay, I need a light brown sugar for this cake. If you want to use dark brown sugar, it is okay too, but you're gonna end up with more dense cake. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 cup light brown sugar. I don't want it, but I will this time I will reduce my sugar a little bit here. Because you know what? Because I'm going to put a pecan topping later. So it's going to be sweet with the topping. So I'm going to reduce the sugar for the cake itself. Not much. You know, it's not completely 1 cup. So I will also need 1 large egg and 1 cup of buttermilk. If you do not have buttermilk available at home, you can make it yourself. Just mix 1 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of white vinegar or lemon juice. And then stir it and then let it sit for 10 minutes. Okay. My butter is ready now. It is a quarter cup of a very soft butter, unsalted butter. So I ended up actually heating my butter in microwave with 10% power for 6 minutes. Okay, now I'm going to put my butter into the mixing bowl with the light brown sugar and I'm going to mix it. This is the reason why you need to use a very soft butter, because you're not using the mixer. add the egg. One large egg. And using the hand whisk, I'm going to whisk this together, the egg and the brown sugar and butter. You're gonna beat it with your hand whisk until smooth. This is a good exercise for your arms. Now, after it is smooth, I'm going to add in my buttermilk and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Okay. I'm going to mix it again. Okay, now I'm going to add 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour, but I will sift my flour This is the other half cup. And then I need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Put it into the flour. And a half teaspoon of salt. Okay, so I will sift this flour together into the mixing bowl. You don't have to sift the flour if you don't want to, but I just like to sift all my flours before getting into the mixing bowl. All right, all you need to do now is only to mix it together until combined. That's all. Very easy, right? Okay. Now I'm gonna pour my batter. I'm gonna pour my batter into the prepared pan. Oh, you know what? One more thing that I forgot to do was grease the side of the pan, okay? You can spray it with the baking spray if you want to, if you have the baking spray, but I just used butter because I have it with me here. If you do not have the springform pan, it's okay. Just use a regular pan, but you have to make sure that the side is like at least 3 inches, okay? Not the short one. All right. Pouring my batter into the 9 inches pan that has been lined with the parchment paper. All right, now spread it. Now I am going to bake my batter for 30 minutes, 30 minutes at 350 degree of Fahrenheit. Okay, now while waiting for my cake to be done, I will prepare for the topping, okay, the pecan topping. So I will need a 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. So 3 tablespoons. Alright, I'm gonna just use all of this. It's actually a little bit more than 3 tablespoons, but I like butter. And I will need to melt this 3 tablespoons of butter. Okay, so I have 3 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm using unsalted. And I'm going to add half and half. If you do not have half and half, you can make it yourself. Just make 1 tablespoon of milk and 1 tablespoon of heavy cream, okay? But I have half and half at home because I drink coffee with my half and half. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of half and half. And then just a pinch of salt. Okay, a pinch of salt. It means not too much. This is my pinch of salt. Okay, mix it. And the light brown sugar, a half cup of sugar and pack. So remember, I told you we're gonna need sugar later for the topping. That's why I reduce the sugar for the batter. But if you like sweet, you can just use the full 1 cup. I personally don't care, but I just want to make it a little healthier for some people here. Okay, and then a 3/4 cups of chopped pecan. If you do not have pecan, you have almond slices, you can use almond. You know, I love pecan. That's why I always have pecans at home. So I have pecan pieces already at home. So I'm gonna put 3/4 cups. Half cup, and I need a 1/4 cup. So 3/4 cup of chopped pecan. All right. So your topping is gonna look like this after you mix them all together. It's a little thick, but it's still pourable, okay? If it's a little bit too thick, you just add a little bit more melted butter. So my topping is ready. I just need to wait for my cake. You can actually prepare this topping like 5 minutes before your cake is done baking. But I like to prepare it in advance. If it's getting too thick, I'm gonna just heat it a little bit for a short time in the microwave to make it a little bit not too thick, so I can pour it over my cake. Let me check if my cake is actually completely done. It is cooked because my toothpick comes out clean. But you know what? My topping is kind of so thick already. I'm going to throw into the microwave for probably like for 30 seconds. Okay, now my topping is not too thick anymore. I can actually pour it on my cake. Doesn't it look good? Looks so yummy. All right, so now spread it a little bit more. All right, so I'm going to put this cake back into the oven for another 10 minutes. So it means you're baking this cake for 40 minutes total, okay? Okay, look at my cake here. It's 10 minutes has passed, extra 10 minutes. So I will just let my cake sit for 20 minutes here in the pan. Okay, I'm going to take my cake out of the pan. It looks like the pecan topping has firmed up already. So this is easy when you're using a springform, okay? But if you're using a regular pan, then you're gonna need to either you cut the cake inside of the pan, or you're gonna have to turn it over, invert the cake on a plate, and then so the topping is gonna be upside down, and you need to invert it again back, so you will see the topping on top. You see how beautiful, right? So next, I am going to sprinkle this cake with sea salt flakes, like this. I almost finished this sea salt. You don't have to if you do not want, okay? But I really like to taste a little bit saltiness in my cake because I like salty, I like sweet. It's like a good combination. Okay, that's it. All right, now I am going to remove the foil. Look at my buttermilk cake with delicious looking of the pecan topping. I'm gonna cut a piece and eat it. You can eat it warm like this. You can eat it in room temperature. You can eat it tomorrow. It will taste even better the next day. Let me cut a slice. Oh, by the way, if you eat it with ice cream, it's even better, right? Look at this. This cake is so moist. I can taste the sweetness and the saltiness. A great combination. And the pecan, because I'm a pecan lover. This is just so great. And then what makes it better is because it's so very easy to make. And I don't even need a mixer to make this cake. So you guys have to try. Okay?
This is very yummy.